Do you want my water chair?
You go out then.
How's everybody doing? Yeah, about as much as I'd expect for like 2 dozen people at an open mic in Squamish in the middle of the winter. Not too shabby. Yeah, my name's Eldon. I haven't really been up here in a while, and I don't know, I just wanted to see how things were going. You know, it's the start of a new year. I'm sure everyone has some resolutions that are gonna die down in a couple of months. I don't know, is anyone willing to share what some of their resolutions are? Great. Yeah, talking to the guy on stage is definitely not one of them.
I'm gonna save money.
Amanda's gonna save money.
I made a resolution not to make resolutions.
Dave made resolutions not to make resolutions, and then in doing so, made a resolution. So give it up to Dave.
I would like to perform more on stage in a way that is like exuberant and like with the music, like excitable. You know?
Yeah, so you want to show up.
I want you to show me.
Yeah.
Like dance around, do the thing, kick your leg out like Elvis. I don't know.
Yeah, you know, just like wiggle your butt a little bit too.
Yeah, wiggle my butt.
Wiggle your butt. That's what Elvis did. I think you know, there's that one scene.
I should take my pants off.
Yeah, you guys were talking some weird shit when I got here. What was that about?
It's a running joke. We're just waiting for someone to rip their pants off and open my pants. And we keep saying that someone should take their pants off. Eventually, someone's take their pants off. That's happening.
Great. I mean, as long as they're wearing like a mankini, leopard
That's the idea. We want someone to
printed,
like come in with like the
you
button
get it
down.
on Alibaba for $3.50. All right, well.
What's your resolution, Eldon?
My resolution this year is actually to try to avoid dairy to the best of my ability. I've already had whey protein and some overnight oats a couple of times, and having not eaten dairy for 4 days, you know, like I could really tell my body reacts to it in an adverse sort of way. Like I don't think any point, like this is the first time in my life that I've had 4 shits in 24 hours. You know, I'm known in my family at least. It's not like a Squamish. It's like Eldon, the guy that plays Game Boy on the shit. You know, that's only my family knows that one.
And now it's fine.
Yeah, now well, you guys know. You're not going to tell anyone, right? But yeah, I don't know what it was. You know, this is when like technology was really taking over my life, and now I'm not really sure if I'm talking about dairy or technology. And we'll jump between the two. Kind of like how my shits were yesterday. But yeah, I don't know, you know, like there's an escape available playing Pokemon, even though for like the first 3 hours, I was like 6 years old. I didn't know what the hell was going on. And if anyone here's played Pokemon on Game Boy, you have to get out of the first house to see the Pokemon and catch them, evolve them. And, you know, I didn't know how to get out of the first house. And I feel like I've kind of lived a lot of my life like that, where I just like, I know I'm like there's a game available, but I don't know how to like get out. I remember there's this one festival I went to in Thailand. It was called Jai Tep, and I'd done a lot of drugs, and I was in this weird like biodome where they were like filming, or not filming, but like showing a movie up top, and so you're laying down with like 50 strangers, and I think clothes were optional, or maybe I was the only one, but I just like I didn't really know what I was supposed to be looking at. Like, you know, I was so like cerebral in that moment, and my brain was hurting, and like, you know, I'm like looking at this super trippy video of like snakes turning into flowers, and you know, I thought there was like really deep-seated meaning that was supposed to like, you know, infuse my being. And I'm like, do I wear my glasses or do I not wear my glasses? And I asked this woman next to me, and I thought maybe she could be my soulmate. And I asked her, and she just said, just watch it any way you want. And that was the last I saw of her. And yeah, this is a romantic story, by the way. Yeah, this is, you know what's interesting though, actually, is just before I came here, my partner, And I feel like a lot of people, when they hear some guy say partner, they immediately think it's another guy. And I tell you what, it's not. I've got a beautiful woman at home, at least I think. I know she's beautiful, obviously. Otherwise, I wouldn't be with her. But anyway, I say partner because I feel like boyfriend, girlfriend is just like, we're not in high school anymore. And it needs to be a little bit more official or serious than that. Anyway, she was just telling me about how our friend mentioned that we could go swing dancing. And I've never, she mentioned, yeah, it was Lizzie. Yeah, and I think Lizzie kind of has the hots for my girlfriend a little bit. So I'm like, oh, swing dancing, I don't know what that means. I guess I'm gonna have to talk to Lizzie about that later. Yeah, I love you, Lizzie. And anyway, I guess I'm gonna transition now into, I'm gonna speak in tongues for the next 5 minutes. I'm not gonna do that. Although
Come on.
Yeah, I'm actually starting a new Korn cover band. I'm calling it Korn with a C. Or corny. I think corny would be better. Corny. Eldon. I feel like I'm about to turn 30 this year, and I feel like it's finally time to start enunciating my name differently. Because I say it like Eldon, like, someone said, you gotta tighten up those dins so that Zach doesn't tomahawk 3 times in a night. And, I guess I wanna loosen my din and turn it more into a Don. And, Eldon. Because, for me, one of the things I hate most in my life is when I tell someone my name and they hear Elvin. And then I'm like, no, it's Eldon, and then I'm saying like 2 different names, and now I'm confusing myself. I'm like, am I even saying this right? And then like, no, Eldon with a D. Eldon with a D, like a dick, like a LD, not a V. So that's what I lose sleep over most nights. But talking about swinging a little bit, swing dancing, I was just thinking like, I didn't want to be too tacky coming up here and like talking about like masturbation and like shame around masturbation, and getting caught. I don't get caught, except one time in the psych ward, and I never talked to that nurse again. You gotta do what you gotta do. There's not a whole lot going on in the psych ward. You gotta take care of
Pretty
business.
sexy in there too.
Oh man, Amanda's already wearing the nursing pants. So.
I was gonna ask that too, actually.
Is this like Squamish nurse fight? Flannel on top, nurse pants, and
Well,
then
that's what I thought. Like Amanda's big enough, she knows what she's trying to get. She's trying to save some money, right? So she's not. Yeah. The dates are gonna be not so monetary. They're gonna be fires and Squamish cheap things. Yeah.
Nature walks and chats.
Am I the only one that enjoys grocery shopping as a date?
Yes.
Oh, I am the only one.
No, by myself I enjoy.
I feel like it's just fun, like getting to shoot the shit. Like, oh my god, look at these melons. Hey, babe, you got some nice melons too. I usually pull out some corny jokes. Like, yeah. I'm still practicing my corn technique. Yeah. What was I don't know what I'm saying anymore. So anyway, my resolution this year is to try to consume less dairy, because I always felt like I have an adverse reaction to it. I don't know if any of you like have experienced or heard like overconsumption as a kid turns into an allergy later on. And I was thinking about that because we have a friend and their daughter is like allergic to, I don't know, limes or something weird. I'm like, oh yeah, I had a friend that ate so many cherries growing up that they became allergic to cherries. So when I think about dairy, I'm like, oh, it makes sense because I was breastfed until I was 3 years old. And those were really great days. fed very well. The nutritional ratio of things digesting in my belly was like optimal. It got me from a little baby to this guy now. It was the starting place. It was the origin story. Yeah, those good old mammary glands. There's a quarterback, actually, Mitch Trubisky or something like that. He played for the Bears for a while, and he was good, not the greatest, and he's a backup on the Bills behind Josh Allen. And anyway, he got to start in the week 18, 17th game of the NFL season, and all I could find on Mitch Trubisky was how he made this tweet, how he loves kissing titties, and he must be really good if that's his claim to fame. So I try to contact him, and maybe he doesn't discriminate to this sexy chest, but yeah. So when I say partner, I really do mean a woman. And yeah, I heard something said earlier. I thought I would be the only person attempting comedy tonight, and something was said about OnlyFans, and I didn't understand, and I didn't think it was funny. And then he said he's the owner of Tricksters, and then I thought it was hilarious. Chef's kiss. Yeah, it's bad when you have to start one OnlyFans, but when you have to start two, obviously you know what you're doing, and it's inspiring. But yeah, I think he said something about phone sex, and I feel like, I haven't phone sexted it up in a little while, but there's something really special about not having visual stimuli and allowing for that creative spirit to intersect with your own sexuality, and you don't know where it's gonna go usually, and for me it's we're at the grocery store and I see some melons. Well, babe, those melons are so juicy, can we get some? And she's like, why are you asking me? You got your own money, we can buy them anyway. I really wish I just committed to speaking in tongues for 5 minutes. I really don't know. I know Dave, he I won't say who he works for, but I see him dressed up in the high-vis gear with the stop sign, the slow sign, and he's always flagging, he's always wagging. Unfortunately, thank God, he's never wanking. Do I really end it there? Did I end it on that note? Yeah, I'm really grateful to be here in Squamish. I'm grateful, I didn't get stuck in traffic trying to get to Whistler today. There's nothing worse than, getting a ride on the Skylinks and a fucking engine flying out of nowhere, hitting the bus and causing it to flip. I don't know, I'm making it up. Something happened along those lines. But I don't think that's worse. I think the worst bus incident was that one Greyhound, the Greyhound, R.I.P. And some passenger got beheaded. Anyway, I'd be heading in a different direction. Thank you.
Woo!
Beheaded.
Let's give it up for Eldon.
Eldon! Eldon with a D.
By the way, if you weren't aware, they have